Say hello to your new favorite arena shooter, Pixel Gun 2. Build insane gun combos, flex your skills, or just surf the chaos. Limits? Nah, we respawn past those. Whatever you're looking for, nostalgia, hardcore competition, pure fun, or just a time killer, you get it here, every time. Oh, it looks like Pixel Gun is getting a sequel that nobody asked for, yet according to the devs, everyone was hyped to get. We've got some things to talk about here, so let's go over to the store page and see what's up based on the description, announcements, trailers, and screenshots. Pixel Gun 2 is the wildest arena shooter out there, and it doesn't even care about limits. Throw yourself into fast-paced, adrenaline-fueled gunfights where chaos reigns, weapons combine in impossible ways, and wins don't just happen, they create legends. Whether you're an OG pixel gunner or a fresh frag hunter, there's something here with your name on it. Build your own insane loadouts, min-max like a pro, or throw logic out the window and go full wildcard. Either way, you're dangerous. Dominate the arena. Maps aren't just for movement, they're for mayhem. Use each and every block and pixel to your advantage, or become someone else's kill count. Surf the madness. Explore game modes that go way beyond what you'd expect. Think you've seen it all? We've got a few surprises up our sleeves. Skill it or chill it. Whether you're chasing sweaty leaderboard spots, reliving that nostalgic PG magic, or just passing time with style, Pixel Gun 2 delivers. If you're having fun, you're doing it right. Become part of the legend. Classic PG helped define mobile shooters for a generation. Pixel Gun 2 takes all the best from that heritage and turns it up to 200%. You're not just playing, you're joining a shooter saga. Everyone in Pixel Gun 2 is a sibling in arms. Until they're frags. And the limits? Pfft, yeah, we respawn past those. Now let's talk about these claims. Firstly, it seems like they are really emphasizing the competitive skill-based and fast-paced shooter elements of their new game. I just hope these elements aren't front and center, giving plenty of room for casual players to work with. And I'm sure we can all agree that 3-cast spam doesn't need to make a return, or at the very least, make it a dedicated game mode/server. They also continue to hammer home that you will become a legend. This makes me picture some guy with his cracked custom weapon design and god-tier armor sitting at the top of the leaderboards, and as scary as that sounds, it would be cool to be recognized by your own personalized weapons you've designed yourself, the weapons that shape your reputation. I also want to focus on their repeated statement of having no limits. It's unclear if they are just talking about how wacky you can design your guns, or how much the map will be destructible, cause yeah, it's pretty obvious they are gonna add block or voxel-based destruction, but if they mean anything beyond that, we have yet to see. Maybe you will be able to create your own game modes like in Fortnite, let your creativity truly run wild. After all, it's clear that the best games in this day and age are community-driven ones, whether it be live service like Helldivers or community-made games like Roblox. I also wonder what the movement will be like. From the sound of it, it seems like they are building a new movement system from the ground up. OG Pixel Gun's movement was pretty bare bones. Certain things made you faster, and some things gave you a double jump, but it seems like it will be more fleshed out this time around. Maybe we can crouch, prone, slide, wall run, and climb. I wouldn't be surprised if any of those were implemented. And lastly, what I want to touch on here is their repeated statements on classic Pixel Gun, or at least the nostalgia of it. It seems like they may have a dedicated game mode that they'll use to recapture the absolute peak OG days of Pixel Gun. I'm talking when the prototype, Wizard Wand, and Diamond Crossbow was the meta. Yeah, those OG days. Now, there is an AI generative disclosure on this, which reads, Generative AI tools have been applied by the development team and process for the creation of parts for very limited in-game graphic assets and in certain marketing materials with considerable limitations and human overview and input at all times. All core game content has been carefully designed and curated by our team to ensure quality and originality. Now, I'm not hugely in the know when it comes to AI tools in video games like this, but it sounds kind of like they've used generative AI to either create 3D assets and/or textures, and perhaps even AI art for in-game content. Again, I'm not knowledgeable on this stuff, so someone can let me know in the comments what this could mean in game development terms. But I am aware of one place they definitely used AI, and we'll get to that in a bit. Let's now hop over to their recent news and announcements about the game. The first thing that caught my eye was a short Q&A they did. I'll summarize what they wrote, but of course the source will be up on screen if you want to read it for yourself. OG Pixel Gun will remain supported with continuous updates. Microtransactions are taking a huge step back, if not outright removed entirely. Pixel Gun 2 will be on mobile at launch. There will be an anti-cheat on launch, and there will be no account transfer from Pixel Gun 1 to 2. I think this is all pretty solid news so far. The biggest standout to me is of course the way they are supposedly handling the in-game economy and monetization this time around. I'm not counting on microtransactions to be completely gone though, as the game's gotta make its money somehow. But hey, maybe that's why they are keeping PG-1 alive since the game is already a cash cow. Maybe PG-1's continued success will truly allow them to take a different approach. But I'm not gonna get my hopes up. There's one other thing to note here too, and that's this trailer.
What's going on? Where am I?
This is a lie detector. I ask the questions. You answer.
Okay, I get it.
So, shotguns, your weapon of choice?
I love all guns equally. All right, I'm a shotgun fan.
Did you create everything in Pixel Gun 2 all by yourself?
Of course.
That's a lie.
Fine. The best ideas came from the team and the players.
Is there pay to win in Pixel Gun 2?
No, you can get guns of any rarity just by playing matches.
Yeah, this looked pretty bad. The use of AI was not a good look for this game, especially when blocking animations have been around for years. Now, I'm pretty neutral when it comes to the use of AI. I think there are spots where it works, and obviously spots where it just doesn't. But this just looked awful, and unfortunately sets a sort of standard for what to expect. We can safely assume Qubit Games has more than enough to pay off an existing Minecraft animation team to make them a top-quality trailer. And let's be real, they already had the means to make Pixel Gun's first trailer. Hell, they even made a proper trailer already. So who knows why they chose AI for this one where it actually matters due to the awful lip syncing. All around, this marketing wasn't handled very well. But looking past the cringe, let's focus on what was actually said. Again, they're stating there will be no pay to win. I'm still skeptical. It may not be there on day one, but that doesn't mean it couldn't be added down the road. Maybe they will realize OG Pixel Gun on its own just isn't enough to sustain support for both games. I'm just saying, let's not get too hyped until we actually see their new economy in action. And finally, we have the screenshots and short trailers on the front page. Going over the screenshots, it's very obvious there will be destruction physics, and one of the trailers even emphasizes this too. We can also see some familiar maps, though they are noticeably in disarray. This is clearly Nuketown, but the other two I can't quite discern. This game will be coming out 2026, and the overall vibe of the trailers and screenshots feels closely to the Goat Simulator 3 Multiverse Nonsense DLC. I think what Remydoes YT said about the whole Fortnite route is both entirely plausible and on par for Pixel Gun, but also a little unlikely due to PG never really being mainstream in their incessant claims that there will be no pay to win. But of course, just cause there's promises of zero pay to win doesn't mean there will be no pay for cosmetics, just like Fortnite, and I'm sure a Battle Pass will be returning in some capacity. But that's pretty much it as far as Pixel Gun 2 news goes. Let's keep our expectations realistic, and have a good one, everybody.